hello. My name is Dr. Giselle Prado-Wright, and I'm a cosmetic surgeon at my plastic surgery practice called Exert Body Sculpt. We're located in Fort Myers, Florida, and we were looking for a partner to help with our Salesforce implementation that we've been doing for about the past year. I've been working with Amroar Tech and Sanam's team for almost a year now, and they've been really great. I previously had another partner that was based here in the US, and originally when I was doing my search for a Salesforce implementation partner, I'm a small business. I thought that I really needed a partner here in the States so that they would be on my time zone, they would speak native English, but I didn't realize that the partner that I originally chose, they really overcomplicated things, and they weren't very responsive in terms of meetings and putting to life the vision that I had for the implementation. When I started working with Sanam and her team at Amroar, it was complete night and day from my first Salesforce partner. We immediately got on a Slack channel and we were able to talk to each other throughout the day. I could give feedback instantly. They were really comfortable using our tools like Loom, Slack, Asana, and that integrated into our existing workflow very easily. And they were always just a message away. Once I hired them, the speed of my implementation went so much faster. And instead of them always suggesting custom deployments and these custom objects like my first partner did, because they were just trying to bill for more hours, they actually helped me by figuring out what existing solutions we could deploy, instead of saying, hey, let's use this just because they're going to get to bill more hours. So I trusted them from the beginning that they knew what they were doing. They also found a lot of redundancies in how my old implementation partner set up my organization, and they were able to catalog all of those workflows and basically make them more simple so that in the future we don't get the errors that we were getting in the beginning, because things really didn't work. They've really implemented my solution, kind of start to finish. So we use obviously the standard lead and opportunity object. We also have a custom object for our procedures. They were able to integrate our SMS platform onto Salesforce. They also built a custom integration with my electronic medical record so that we could get real-time invoice data back and forth. They were really responsive whenever I would message them on Slack, and they were able to work with my team, so my actual users. We are not a technical team at all, so when we said, hey, this doesn't work, or here's a Loom video of this, they were on top of it really quickly to fix things for us. They also did a marketing cloud implementation for me, and ultimately I didn't move forward with that solution because it was just too much for my organization, but they were always there every step of the way, kind of giving me advice on what to do. And ultimately we ended up using MailChimp instead, and they were able to do that integration as well. And like I mentioned earlier, they weren't about pushing their Salesforce products or trying to bill for more hours. They were always thinking about how can we do this most efficiently and at the end of the day, cost effective for the business. The documentation that they've put together has been wonderful because we use Loom videos quite a bit. We use Asana for our project management, and then I'm able to search within those tickets in the past to see exactly what's been done. We tag each other on there, and it's been a really easy transition for us. And whenever I say, hey, this person doesn't know how to do anything, they'll create a quick Loom video for them on how to do that task. So if you're in my position, you're a small business owner, you don't come from a tech background, and you're trying to find a Salesforce partner that is, honest, trustworthy, and is gonna give you good advice, I would 100% recommend Amroar, because they took me from having a really bad experience with my implementation to it's been really great ever since I onboarded them, and just a million times more cost effective. Initially, I was worried about the time zone difference between us and the language barrier, but they really work to American hours, and they speak English better than I do sometimes. Like, they know the technical details, in and out, and they're going to be a really great partner for you when you're doing your deployment.